maybe during a game, after a game, just losing it, getting angry, say, "I want to be this now. Why you do like this?"
Yeah. No, of course. We're all human beings. Even the best players in the world, they do that too. If we've seen Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, and it's sometimes to get to us as a player, win and then we lose. Maybe we want to play good and we don't play good, and people are there, saying things to remind us of how bad we were in the game and all that. Sometimes, you can't take it away. It's our nature. It's a human being nature. We react to little things, but then when you think about, you just come out, there will be mistakes, and then apologize, and then that's just the way.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, John. And we have a couple of comments on our IG Live as well. This one is coming from Larry Afolabi says, Jodogo, I like your good art for humanity. Even though some people already saying, John, this COVID-19 period, pandemic period, have you done something, for your fans, just to help them at a time like this? Yeah, on Instagram Live.
I do a lot, man, really. I know how much I sent to so many of them yesterday, day before yesterday, like today. So it's just showing love, I know the decision we are is the little you get, just buy food with it, and just be happy. And even though when you do your best, people still complain, but we do everything for God, we don't do it for people, But I'm happy, it gives me joy to see people eat, which is very important, but like I said, I'll keep doing my best, not even in this time. In future, for life and everything, because I feel like that's how it is, because I, for example, many people didn't know that I was, they cut like 50% from my salary, but it still doesn't stop me from helping people if I feel like, it's necessary, but I feel like food is necessary for everyone alive, so, and that's what I keep doing. And if I leave this quarantine, that I am in, I'll go on the street and try to, try to feed so many people on the street, to make sure that they have food, to eat.
It's a good thing you mentioned the COVID-19 pay cuts. Some footballers are finding it hard to receive pay cuts. What do you have to say about that? You've just done 50%. Some players are even finding it hard. Imagine a player like Mesut Ozil, highest earner at Arsenal. He can't even collect the pay cuts.
We don't know we don't know what is said to them. Sometimes we human beings are different. Like for me, I feel like if I'm not active, I'm going to pay 50%. Why not just take this? Consider the team, consider the country, what they're going through. So I feel that's just the best thing for me to do. I didn't do that because I have to watch or speak to anyone. I could easily go against it, but I spoke to them. I said, listen, for me, if it's for my money, if it's for the money to be taken, to be used to take care of the people working in the club and everything, why not? And I feel that's just the best thing to do for me. I don't regret anything. I'm not regretting. I'm going to go back to do what they love to do best and we get back playing football.
And many years ago, you played your first game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What was it like that night? Could you sleep the day you made your debut for Nigeria?
I didn't sleep well. Like I didn't sleep bad. I was happy when I first got the call from late student Peshi. It was really a dream come true. And I was very, very happy, sometimes I go to the stadium to watch our experience today, and now passing from the start to the end. It was a blessing, and I'm really, really grateful to God to have given me that opportunity to represent my country, and I hope it should be a lesson to those coming it's a really, really good country. They put in a lot of effort. So I was very happy, really, to be honest. I couldn't sleep. I was very happy. I was in the celebration. It's national team when you see your fellow friends, your teammates. I mean, the joy in their faces, the unity and all that. It gives you joy as a person too. Yeah, sometimes it's all about you coming to play, but sometimes if you don't play and you see the guys around you, it gives you joy. Everyone is happy for each other. Everyone is showing love and respect for each other, which is the key. So, like I said, I was very, very happy. Everyone was good.
Okay, John, you've been in the Super Eagles for a couple of years now. Who would you say has been the best coach you've worked with in your time as a Super Eagles player?
Everyone in the team, everyone that I met, everyone that I worked with, everyone that I worked with and all that. So yeah, I have one single person to talk. So like everyone for me was huge, So yeah.
Okay, and then what about the players in Super Eagles? Who will you see and you're like, okay, no, if this Super Eagle is in the field, if this Super Eagle is going to play with me, if this Super Eagle is going to be on the team, we are definitely going to win. Who is that player that gives you the most confidence in the national team?
I mean, everyone has their quality. Everyone gives their bring up their A game. Football is a team game. I don't think it depends on one player. I mean, it's just a team. Everybody in the team, comes up on game day, give their everything, give their best. I am lucky to be among these guys. When I have the chance to play and I'm on the pitch with everyone, I'm lucky. I'm happy that everyone gives their best, and then we make sure that we let's win games in our country. So for me, it's not about one person. Like, I'm always happy to be among everyone on the pitch, even the ones that are on bench, the ones that didn't get the minutes and all that. So I feel it's just a team game. So for me, I'm a team player. I don't believe in one player making the difference. I'm a team player because at the end of the day, if you check it, if you say the strikers are the ones is the one doing the whole job, there's someone that gives them the ball to score. The strikers cannot just get the ball and go score the goals themselves. For me, I think it's a team game, and I think I'm happy with everyone.
What's your favorite meal, your favorite food, and can you cook it?
Jollof rice. Every Nigerian food for me is my favorite. I don't really have any particular one as my favorite. All our food is my favorite. All true.
Can you cook?
Yeah, I'm trying to cook. My mom taught me. So.
Okay. What about film, music? Which one would you prefer? How do you relax?
I'm not a fan of movie. I like watching football, So I just like watching football, and for me, I'm not. Watch my mistakes, watch how to improve, watch things that I need to do to be a better player. So for me, it's just sit at home and watch football.
Okay, tell us about your routine, your match day routine. How do you prepare for matches? How do you enter the field? Is it with the right leg? Is it with the left leg? Which boots do you wear first, your right boot or your left boot? Talk us through. How do you prepare?
I mean, stay focused, stay calm, pray inside me, and before the game, pray outside. I mean, just try to read the game, try to, read the game, how I want the game to be played. How I want the game to be controlled, and get on the pitch. First boot that I put on is my left boot, which is my natural leg. So it's not something serious like that. It's just something serious that I do. Yeah.
Okay, John. We still have some questions on Facebook. Before we go there, what is your dream Super Eagles 11? Your dream Super Eagles 11.
I mean, I wouldn't remember all this year now, but I know my dream Super Eagles 11 in the midfield. You should Mikel Edu is going to be there. I was lucky and privileged to play with him. He's a fantastic player, a fantastic guy. So I mean, our past football players, I can't really remember, but I know in goal I can always vouch for Eyama, right back. Just said Keshi, and I think Taribo, Kulise, Kanu Nwankwo. I think on the wing side, I'll go for I think Agawa, and then on the right side I think I'll go for Ayobeni, Yakubu Ayobeni. These are my dream sides,
Fantastic. Somebody wants to find out if you're married. His name is Francesco Totti. John Ogu, he says, are you married?
I used to be married, right now, shit happens, but yeah, I used to be married, so I divorced.
Well, time not our friend. Can we accommodate one more question?
One more question. So, before we let you go, since you're no longer married, are you single? Are you taking, or you're just not interested anymore? Hello, John.
Yeah, I just want to know if he's searching.
Probably. Who knows?
Still sports trends on Sports Radio 88.9 Bella FM. Of course, Super Eagles midfielder John Ogochukwu plays for Al Al-Dala in the Saudi Arabia top flight. He just got back into the country. He's self-isolating because of COVID-19, and he's been talking to us for the past hour, answering questions from the fans and even answering questions from us inside the studio. He's talked about life in his new abode, talking about Al Al-Dala in Saudi Arabia. John Ogochukwu. Yes, indeed. He turned 31 a few days ago. And we'll see if we can reconnect with John Ogu before we go. Our time is fast spent, by the way. Josh wanted to find out if he was still searching. But at this point in time, it looks like we have to go pay the bills. When we come back after this time, our sports trends would continue on Sports Radio 88.9 Pre-Life FM. Stay with us. Don't touch it. The action definitely is right here on your frequency of champions. We'll be back after this time out.
Sports Radio. He got fouled. Look at him run. Sports Radio. 88.9 Rila FM. Sports Radio. He got fouled. Look at him run. Sports Radio. 88.9 Rila FM.
Check it out, y'all.
Go! And they've scored.
All right, that was pretty good.
Thriller FM, always on the ball.
Good day, sir.
How you doing? Welcome.
I'm very fine, sir. Okay, see the job, I don't bring and come.
Okay, everything.
Yeah, everything I didn't, sir, including the banner and the flyers.
Okay, let me quickly take a look at. Nice one. These flyers are sharp. Yeah, nice one.
Okay, I tell you before, say, I go do you well. I don't change the people when I they work with. Now, I they work with Brilla Press.
No, I complained the other time. Even my boss complained about everything.
Now make me come change to Brilla Press. Now, Brilla Press, I they work with now.
I can see everything. They are very sharp.
You don't need to tell me, okay, anything when you want print, carry and go Brilla Press.
Oh, yes, Brilla Press. At Brilla Press, we guarantee you the best in quality printing with up-to-date technology. Our services include ideas generation, conceptualization, design and production, from cards, calendars, books, magazines, t-shirts, banners and souvenirs. Brilla Press is located at 150 Ikorodu Road at Debowale House, Onikbano, Lagos. Call us on 070-8860-6282 or 01-7379-776. For inquiries, email customer@brillapress.net. Our website is www.brillapress.com.
Brilla Press, on time, every time.
Revolution Plus Property Limited presents the Revolution Plus Sports 360 Reloaded from 7:30 to 8 a.m. Mondays to Fridays. Also catch the Revolution Plus Property Real Estate Show from 11 to 11:15 a.m. Mondays and Fridays, and at 5:15 to 5:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Revolution Plus Property Limited, affordable housing for all.
Whatever you need, Game's got it. Whatever your budget, come get it. Now unbeatable prices, just for you. Game can't be beat. Game can't be beat. We'll tell you why. Game can't be beat. Wide range of products, get everything you need for your home. All the biggest brands that you know will last. Get to Game and do it fast. Game can't be beat.
No need to shop anywhere else. We give you great service and we beat any price. Get to Game today to see how unbeatable we really are. To get it all, find your nearest Game store at gamestores.com.ng.
Game can't be beat.
B-R-I-L-A Breela.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio 88.9
Brilla FM
Lagos,
Abuja, Kaduna and Onitsha.
Enjoy our services on www.brilla.net.
Anywhere,
everywhere,
and also on our handle at 889 Brilla FM on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.
Subscribe to Brilla Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like and share our videos. Brilla.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
Hello, sports fans. With the outbreak of the coronavirus disease, it is important that we take preventive measures to avoid the spread of this virus and even reduce the risk of being infected. Here are a few tips on what you have to do. Clean hands frequently with alcohol-based hand sanitizers or soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Cover nose and mouth when coughing and sneezing with a tissue or flexed elbow. Avoid close contact. Stay at least 2 meters away from anyone with cold or flu-like symptoms. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Self-isolate for at least 14 days if you have recently been to a country at high risk of the virus. If you notice fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, call the Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC's toll-free number immediately. 0800-97000010. Again, that's 0800-97000010, or send a text message to 080-9955-5577. Again, send a text message to 080-9955-5577. This message is brought to you by Brilla Media.
Whatever you need, check it out, y'all.
Go! And they've scored!
Alright, that was pretty good.
Brilla FM, always on the ball.
Check it out, y'all.
Go! And they've scored!
Alright, that was pretty good.
Brilla FM, always on the ball.
Sports Radio 88.9 July FM. It is still Sports Trends on your frequency of champions. All along, we've been talking to John Ogu of the Super Eagles and Al Dala of Saudi Arabia. Josh is still here. Yinka is still here. We're homeward bound. It's the home stretch this morning, the single on Thursday morning on the Sports Trends. It's been very, very interesting. John Ogu indeed telling us so much from his background, his first paycheck, the kind of food, how the football is in Saudi Arabia, how, of course, Ahmed Musa helped him settle down. He's talked about so much. You definitely can join us via the phone 0700000889. The numbers to call this morning to be a part of the trends, the sports trends right here on 88.9 Brila FM. Yinka Oyedele is still here. Josh as well is still here. Yinka, what say you?
Absolutely fantastic time, you can rightly say, and taking a look at what he has said as well. I think the part I must say I picked so much is the part where he talked about Igalo's miracle, or Igalo's situation is one that makes him believe he can also be a beneficiary of such divine intervention, and he says he will indeed jump at any offer that comes from us. Now, while we establish a connection with John Ogu, of course, as we indeed set to wrap things up right on the show this point in time, we're still very much right here on it as well, as we indeed try to re-establish connection with John Ogu right on that particular one. Still indeed a trend guest, of course, on Sports Trend, John Ogu right here on Sports Radio Brila FM.
Don't forget the address. Brila FM 889 is our address on Instagram. It will be a regular feature. We'll be talking to players of the Super Eagles from time to time. And don't forget, we're also live on Facebook. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM would continue the action later tonight. One man will be joining us, Victor Osimhen, will be joining us later on today. Remember, Brila FM 889 on Instagram. Sports Radio Brila FM on Facebook. Once you like our pages, you can go on to post your comments and your contributions. Remember, on Twitter at Brila FM 889, and the regular phone numbers 0700000889. Many thanks must go to John Ogu of the Super Eagles and Al Aldala of Saudi Arabia for being part of the Sports Trends and for being part of our morning. Of course, many thanks. So,
Evelyn Akato as well by 2:30.
Yes, Evelyn Akato of the D Tigress would also be joining us on Instagram and on the radio. You don't want to miss it. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM on Facebook, Brila FM 889 on Instagram. We're live in your homes and we're live in your hearts. John Ogu, we say a big thank you to you, and a big shout out must also go to the social media team, Josh Ike Okoli, not forgetting of course the others, Adeniyo Gubanjo, of course, and Sheyi Aluko. My name is Anthony Bekederemo. We'll see if we can accommodate a few of your calls this morning as we wrap up the action right here on Sports Trends. Like I said, many thanks to Super Eagles midfielder John Ogu for joining us on the show. 0700000889. Hello, good morning, somebody.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Moyo.
Moyo, thanks for joining us. What's up?
Yeah. I'm good. And you?
I'm fine.
Okay. I just put in my radio now, so I don't know what is on board.
Moyo, we had John Ogu as a guest on Sports Trend. It was our training guest online and of course on the show as well. And we indeed talked about a whole lot of things. So just keep listening. It's better that way, and then you know what's up ground. Then we of course be able to meaningfully join the discussion and contribute to what is there. John Ogu talked about something. He said he indeed accepted a 50% pay cut because of the current COVID-19 situation, even at his club. And he says, well, he feels people are different, but then for him, indeed, he really does not have any problem, doing that in the fight against COVID-19, and of course, to help humanity as well. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the name?
My name is Austin, calling from Starlight.
You're welcome, Austin. Good to have you on the show. Your location is not needed. Let's have your contribution.
Okay, please. I'm not happy. I wanted to speak with John.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my brother, so I wanted to pick him.
You say you are not happy with your brother. It means you can actually
No,
to
that's what I'm not. I wanted to speak with him, but people don't.
okay, that you were not opportune. Then okay, you know it was exclusively him talking. Now we did justice to comment. You probably should have gotten through to us on Instagram Live or Facebook, because we're actually taking comments on those platforms there.
All right.
Okay, so what's your contribution do you have?
Well, I don't have much.
Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you very much for that. 0700000089. Still your frequency of champions. Sports Radio W.Nabrela FM. John Ogu, of course, like we did say, we had right on the show was a trend guest on Sports Trend this morning, and he talked about a whole lot of things. He also made a revelation about the goal he scored against Algeria in the 2018 World Cup qualifier. Remember that game played, of course, in faraway Algiers. Cancelled, yes, but then he had a very fine goal, and he says that goal still stand as his best goal to today. Hello. Okay, yeah, call us on 0700000089. Don't forget on our Facebook fan page as well, you can still be part of what's going on right here and be part of our discussion as well. While we talk about that, let's let you know more right here on the show as we indeed talk about this as well. That Arsenal duo, of course, a player, Lacazette, and of course, have been spoken to. One of the players that broke the lockdown rule right there in England. Still your frequency of champions, Sports Radio W.Nabrela FM. Welcome back to your frequency of champions, Sports Radio W.Nabrela FM. Welcome back to your frequency of champions, Sports Radio W.Nabrela FM. We're still getting things done and dusted right here. 0700000089. Yeah, feel free to indeed latch in on this. Talked about a whole lot of things. Ready to take a pay cut to join Arsenal. One of the many things Go, of course, said on the show. Hello. Hello. Okay, we lost that. I call us back as well. Don't forget, you can also get through to us on our Facebook fan page, and we'll indeed do justice to your comment as well. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name?
My name is Toib.
Toib, you're welcome.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Toib, go ahead. I can hear you.
Go on, no time.
Okay, I'm talking about why the pay cut.
Why what?
Why were the pay cut?
Why would take pay cut? He mentioned that he said he indeed is joining in the fight against COVID-19, and it was not difficult for. He said it was not difficult for him to take a pay cut because of the joint fight against COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Tohib. Sports Radio 88.9 Bila FM is still the station, and this remains Sports Trends on your frequency of champions. You can still join us via the phone. We can still take 1, 2, 3 calls before we go on to the next one. 0700000889. Those are the numbers to call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Okay, go on. Go on with your contribution.
I like what the guy said. I appreciate it.
John Ogu is his name.
Yeah, I know. I like it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. Sports Radio 88.9 Bila FM. It remains Sports Trends on your frequency. Thank you very much for that contribution. Continue with the phone lines at 0700000889. Those remain the numbers to call to be a part of the trends, sports trends, right here, right now on 88.9 Brila FM. Don't forget, Yinka Oyedele is still very much in the building, as well as Josh Ikeokoli. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Hello, good morning to you. We can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you loud.
Go on.
Please, is it only Lacazette that take pay cut in national team?
It's only what?
Is it only Lacazette that take pay cut in national team?
The whole team agreed to a pay cut except 3, led by Mesut Ozil.
Okay, except 3 that led by Mesut Ozil.
They are still talking to them.
Okay.
Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. We go for a break. When we come back, it will be time for the game show. The game's master is already waiting for us. Let's go for that break. We'll be back after this time out.
Sports Radio.
He got fouled. Look at him run. Sports Radio.
88.9
Brila FM. Whatever you need, Game's got it. Whatever your budget, come get it. Now unbeatable prices, just for you. Game can't beat it. Game can't beat it. We'll tell you why. Game can't beat it. Wide range of products, get everything you need for your home. All the biggest brands that you know will last. Get to Game and do it fast. Game can't beat it.
No need to shop anywhere else. We give you great service and we beat any price. Get to Game today to see how unbeatable we really are. To get it all, find your nearest game store at gamestores.com.ng.
Game can't beat it.
Check it out, y'all.
And they've scored!
Alright, that was pretty good.
Brila FM, always on the ball.
It is still Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. Welcome to the Games Show. My name is Anthony Beke Dermo, and the Games Master is on the other side. It is my pleasure to welcome once again Bakari Oluwanishola. Good morning to you. It's time once again for... Yes, good morning. It's time once again for the Game Show. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So what's happening today? I hear there are unbeatable deals and unbeatable prices this morning from the game store.
Definitely, you can beat that. We're saying this Ramadan period. Ramadan is around the corner, and for our Muslim brothers and sisters, we've got a whole lot of items on promotion for their delight. This period, as the COVID-19 the pandemic is still on, we are also still open to our numerous customers. We are saying you have got game. You have got game this critical period, with so many items still on promotion, still at this critical moment. And also we've got a new service in place. The home delivery service is also in place.
You said there's a promotion. When does the promotion end?
Yeah, this starts on the 17th and it's going to run through the 4th of May. May 4th.
Okay, May 4th. The promotion will end on May 1st. That's Ramadan promotion.
Yes, the Ramadan carrying promotion.
Okay.
Yes, like for instance, you can get a big bull rice 10 kg for 4,900. You can get golden penny semovita 2 kg for 790. You can get Honeywell spaghetti 500 grams for 218 naira. Assorted Indomie noodles 70 grams. You can get for 50 naira each. Loya milk 380 grams. You can get for 1,300 naira. We've got frozen foods as well. There's a Fiesta frozen chicken. You can get that for a whole chicken though. Fiesta whole chicken, you can get that for 1,250. So many fruits available. Big red apples for 1,150. Seedless grapes, carrots, cucumbers, lemon. Just name it. So many items up for grabs, man.
There's one question I'm sure a lot of people must be begging me to ask you. How is the game making shopping safer and even convenient for customers in this COVID-19 era?
For those that can come into the store, we are open. We've got 2 stores in Lagos. One at Palms, that's at BI, Oniru, and the second one is at Novaimo, Chokotedu. Those are open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. And for those that can come into the store, you notice there's a social distancing in place in the store. And as you walk into the store, they get to check the temperature. We get to check the temperature. We get to give you sanitizers to, wipe your hands before coming into the store. At critical points like the tail points, the snake queues, we make sure the 2 meters distance, safe social distancing is also in place. Even at the queues with the cashiers, you see everyone with their face masks, hand gloves, and sanitizers as well. These are some of the measures we put in place, and also we put in place a home delivery service too. We call it the remote purchase. You can do that from the comfort of your home. All you have to do is call or WhatsApp the numbers here. For the farm store, for the Oniru store, you can reach us on 0904 001 6718. 0904 001 6718. And for the Showotedu store, the Novaimo store, you can reach us on 0807 556 1040. 0807 556 1040. And step 2 is to check your list, send in the list of items you wish to purchase, and you take payments via EFT, mobile money, and once confirmed, you should be expecting delivery or pick up within 48 hours.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What about some of us that like to send emails? Can I subscribe to the game and maybe have some of these things sent to my email?
Definitely, yes. Yes, you can do that on the website. It's www.gamestores.com.ng. www.gamestores.com.ng is the website. You can subscribe to our newsletters so you can get the promotions as they break on weekly basis. All these items you can see on the website as well. So many items there, man. I can't start reading all out. I can see the Ariel original washing powder, 170 grams. You can get that for 120 naira. There's another Ariel original for 900 grams. You can get that for 600 naira. There's Milo sachet, 200 grams. You can get 2 units of that for 890. Safeguard assorted soap, 175 grams. You can get any of that for 400 naira. You buy any stick and you get one free. 3 crowns evaporated milk, 160 grams. You can get for 150 naira. There's peak evaporated milk as well, 160 grams. You can get for 185 naira. Malta Gold can, 330 ml. You can get 6 units of that for 700 naira. These are all the Ramadan special we've got for customers this period. They're saying you have got game. You have got game, and game got you at this critical moment.
Okay, Bakare, you have to hold on. Let's play a commercial. We'll come back after this time out. Just hold on.
All right.
Whatever you need, Game's got it. Whatever your budget, come get it. Now unbeatable prices, just for you. Game can't beat it. Game can't beat it. We'll tell you why. Game can't beat it. Wide range of products, get everything you need for your home. All the biggest brands that you know will last. Get to Game and do it fast. Game can't beat it.
No need to shop anywhere else.
You just have to place orders from the comfort of your home. All you need to do is call or WhatsApp this number. For the Palm store, that's the PI store, you can reach them on 090 0904 001
Okay.
6718.
Okay.
0904 001 6718. That's for the Palm Store. I can reach the Novara Store on 0807 556 1040. 0807 556 1040. All you have to do is call or send a WhatsApp message of list of items you wish to purchase. You make, we'll send you the quotation and with our account details. And once payment is confirmed, you get items delivered to you within 48 hours.
Fantastic. Of course, what about things like sanitizers and other stuff people use during this period of COVID-19? Are they available as well?
Yes, definitely. We've got sanitizers in the store. We've got different sizes. We've got the one for 600. We've got the one for 1,750. Different sizes, I can assure you, and affordable for your choice.
Fantastic.
And you can see all the items of promotion on the website. Is www.gamestores.com.ng. www.gamestores.com.ng. This critical period, we're trying to make sure as best as we can to give our customers interest and make sure they get all the best prices on all the items we have.
Fantastic. Amos, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the game show. Bakari Oluwanishola, as we continue to observe the lockdown and we're staying safe, you've told us that we can also shop, come to the game stores and also shop while at home. All we need to do is call those numbers. Please repeat those numbers for emphasis before we go.
All right, for Game Palm Store, the store at Odiru, you can reach us on 0904 001 6718. 0904 001 6718. And for the small store at Showotedu, you can reach us on 0807 556 1040. 0807 556 1040.
Okay.
We are open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those, come to the store.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning on the Games Show. The Games Master, Bakari Oluwanishola. We'll take one more message from the Games Show and from the Game Store. Indeed, that will be the size of the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
The pleasure, always.
Okay. Enjoy yourself and stay safe.
You too, man.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Let's take one more word from the game stores in Nigeria, and that would be the size of the show. Remember, at 11:30, we'll look outside the arena, only on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM.
Whatever you need, Game's got it. Whatever your budget, come get it. Now unbeatable prices, just for you. Game can't beat it. Game can't beat it. We'll tell you why. Game can't beat it. Wide range of products, get everything you need for your home. All the biggest brands that you know will last. Get to Game and do it fast. Game can't beat it.
No need to shop anywhere else. We give you great service and we beat any price. Get to Game today to see how unbeatable we really are. To get it all, find your nearest game store at gamestores.com.ng.
Game can't beat it.
Yeah. Read that plan. Music and sports every Saturday morning, 7:45 a.m. and on Sunday too, at exactly 8 a.m. for a repeat broadcast with up to love.
Welcome once again. Still your frequency of champions, Sports Radio W.Nabrila FM. Welcome to the show Outside the Arena Reloaded, right here on Sports Radio W.Nabrila FM. Well, take to the number 0700000889, and don't forget, you can also be part of the show right on our Facebook fan page. It is Sports Radio Brila FM. On Twitter, it is Brila FM 889, and trust us right here. Would of course indeed assess your comments on Facebook. Indeed, also do justice to your tweets on our Twitter, and not take your calls and contribution right by the phone line on the show this point in time. My name is Yinka Idele, Yinka Sports, welcoming you right now as we indeed take an extended look right, of course, at the arena. And we also have a talking point posted on our Facebook fan page already. We'll indeed reel out the news to you and then take a look at what's on ground. Still all about the current situation on ground. We'll of course take a look at that right on the show this point in time. Where do we start from? Take a listen. Yeah, let's get things on the way from this particular one. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, said the country might have to halt the production of oil if the price of oil continues to fall consistently. Brent, the benchmark against which Nigeria's oil grades are priced, plunged by $6.34 to $19.23 per barrel on Tuesday amidst falling demand and unprecedented glut in the global market that is causing storage to fill up quickly. Kenny Obateru, the Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Department of the NNPC, said, of course, yesterday that even though Nigeria had not stopped oil production, there was the possibility it could indeed go in that direction. Okay, as we indeed give you more news right on the show, let's also let you know the year's governors indeed have come together on the Nigerian Governors Forum. Governors of the 36 states of the Federation, of course, yesterday unanimously agreed to the implementation of an interstate lockdown in the country over the next 2 weeks to mitigate or alleviate the spread of the pandemic COVID-19 virus from state to state. The governors operating under the aegis of the Nigerian Governors Forum reached the agreement and the consensus after receiving briefing from the governors of Lagos, Bauchi, Oyo, and Ogun State, who share their experiences and lessons from the fight against COVID-19. A communique issued by the Nigerian Governors Forum's chairman, Governor of Ekiti State, Akade Salah Fayemi, at the end of the 6th COVID-19 teleconference meeting said only essential services would be permitted in that regard. State governors called for the decentralization of the COVID-19 response as the best chance of nipping the spread of the virus in communities with over 25 states now affected by the spread of the virus, and increasing evidence of community transmission are now palpable. Well, still giving you more right on the show. Let's also take a look at more right here on the show as well, to reel out more news right on Outside the Arena Reloaded on Sports Radio W.Nabrila FM as well. Let's let you know that the Northern Governors Forum, the Northern Governors indeed have started one thing, that is the expulsion of Almajiris, indeed, to ensure they are taking state governors in the Northern North have begun deporting students of the Almajiris educational system as the region battles growing cases of COVID-19. The working numbers, the working group, and to indeed ensure that they do not spread or reduce the spread of COVID-19. Plans are indeed underway to ensure they are deported and taken care of. And the battle, joint battle, of course, against COVID-19 pandemic as well. Well, let's take you straight to this particular one and let you know this will form the central talking point right on the show this point in time. It has to do with the Nigerian Labour Congress as warned President Muhammadu Buhari against extending the lockdown despite increase in cases of coronavirus in the country. NLC, in a letter signed by its president, Mr. Ayuba Waba, said there would likely be social unrest if the current lockdown imposed on some states is extended, and of course they urge the president to consider the welfare of Nigerians as well as insecurity before making any decision. NLC warned that Nigeria's economy might relapse into prolonged coma if the lockdown is extended beyond April 27, and they call on the federal government to look into it and, of course, seek a better way to manage the current situation with the current problems ravaging houses. Of course, complaints stemming from insecurity and, of course, welfare of the people really getting to an all-down low as well at this point in time. Now the question is, should the lockdown be extended beyond April 27 in the fight against COVID-19 or suggest ways forward? Which way forward? The intention is good to, of course, maintain a lockdown. Good intention, but then are there better ways you feel or think this can be achieved? The intention to indeed extend or the intention behind the lockdown has been good and noble, just to ensure that, yes, people are safe, but then it is indeed one that has also gotten to a lot of people and talks that the current lockdown that expires on the 27th of April should, of course, be the last. There should be no extension. Should the lockdown be extended beyond April 27 in the fight against COVID-19 or suggest ways forward to better manage the spread of COVID-19? Let's have your take on this right on the show. 0700000889. On Facebook, it is Sports Radio Brilla FM. And of course, on our Twitter handle, it is Brilla FM 889. Let's have your take. What do you think? How best can we manage the situation? Or should the lockdown be extended beyond April 27th, where, of course, the last extension is expected to expire? What do you think about this? Talk to us right here on the show as we head straight to the phone lines right on outside the Arena Reloaded. Hello, good morning and welcome.
Hello, Yinka Sports.
Yeah, hi, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Be Marshall on the line.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't think that is supposed to extend because right now people have already tried for it. Because in look at other countries now, like a country like Ireland, they are all coming out for normal business. Some little countries are normally coming out for their normal business. You have to come out and do what I have to government to do. They ensure everybody to have his own face masks and they know how the people information. So I don't want you to extend more.
Okay, they should not extend the lockdown, but face mask everybody should get.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my contribution.
All right, it says do not extend the lockdown. Only thing is, let's look for a way to manage it by ensuring that everyone has a face mask. Okay, thank you very much for that as well. And part of it again is maybe bring normal life back. Yeah, let sanitizers be one of those things possibly government will share, and the face mask as well should be readily and easily accessible. And part of it is maybe make it so cheap that virtually everyone can afford it. You can even be buying like every week and it serves you well and you're able to afford it. This could, of course, be a way. Or what do you think? That's why I said, should the lockdown be extended or suggest ways forward to manage the noble intention behind the lockdown ab initio? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it is morning actually. Good morning.
Sir.
Yeah. What's the name?
My name is Fidan, sir.
You're welcome.
The issue on ground, if Nigerian government should extend the current lockdown, the situation of the country will be worse than what we have currently facing.
So suggest ways forward.
There are other ways to manage the spread of this coronavirus. They should make a face mask compulsory for each and every Nigerian.
Okay.
That should be the best way to be done.
Okay.
We are dying of hunger. And I think there's no way the government assisting anybody on this issue.
All right, thank you very much. Face mask should, of course, be made compulsory. This was a move made by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, 2 days ago, when he says from next week they will ensure the provision of over 1 million face masks for residents, for Lagosians, just to ensure, yes, they seek ways to manage the COVID-19, and of course, in a way to prepare for life post-COVID-19, gradually ease people back to normal life and not a sudden way of getting back. Provision of over 1 million face masks was indeed what they talked about. Even though caller still feels 1 million is too small, they should have had more numbers, which of course still good enough for people to talk about that. Yeah, providing this, what ways, suggest ways forward, or do you think, okay, they should extend a lockdown beyond April 27, or no, they should not extend it? They should do this, they should do that. What should they do? Suggest ways forward to indeed manage this joint fight against COVID-19. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Ike Baba.
Ike Baba, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Concerning what the question that you just said, for me, it has proved that this country does not even have any plan for we citizens. We are common citizens. They cannot feed us. They cannot assist us in any way. So, from my own suggestion, what the Labour are saying, they should not think to spend this thing, because our area right now, nobody is sleeping. Hungry is there. We are not sleeping, number one. There is no life, number two. We are dying hungry, number three. Tell me what we are benefiting in this country.
So the extension should be cancelled. We should simply manage it, Abi.
They should let us manage it.
Okay.
If Ghana can take care of that citizen, I wonder how giant of Africa cannot even take care of that citizen. Libya taking care of that citizen. There's a shutdown in Libya. They taking care of that citizen. There's a shutdown in Ghana, taking care of that citizen. We, giant of Africa.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. They say don't extend it. Government should simply look for a way for us to manage it. And part of it is face mask. People suggested. And in the course of the show, I also say, okay, make sanitizers very cheap and affordable so that people have it. And people still try to ensure that, okay, when sanitizer is very cheap, it means everybody have it. So you use your face mask, you use a sanitizer. These are ways of managing it, and that's why we are indeed talking about it. Should it be extended beyond April 27 in the fight, or do you think we should simply look for a way to manage it? And so just ways we can actually use to manage this. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Mohammed.
You're welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you, sir. My own take on this issue is that I actually support the government to extend it, but in the first place, they should put it in major. That's the concern of security in Nigeria. If they want to extend, I mean, support of extend, because we in Nigeria, we got see whether face masks or not. Look, they said lockdown, they say COVID. People are still going to the city to go and play football. If they are using face masks, the same thing will still happen. So if there's any way they can do it for security, as in for the security reasons, then and extend it, I think it will see. For long, hunger has been within us. Hunger cannot spread. But this, we are talking about spreading. We are talking about spreading. We're not talking about hunger. We know hunger is among, but hunger is not spreading. But this is disease we're talking about. It's global issue. How can we manage it?
Okay. You are in support of extension of the lockdown. That's what you're saying.
Yes, they should extend it, but the security should come in and see how they can help the citizens.
Okay, better security extensions should stay. Thank you very much. We have a dichotomy already, but as a virtue of that, well, to give you more radio on the show, the federal government has banned interstate movement of coronavirus patients in the country. Dr. Sagi Ehanaire, Minister of Health, said this on Wednesday in Abuja, the Presidential Task Force briefing on COVID-19. Yes, it says that all persons diagnosed with the virus would henceforth be treated in the state where the diagnosis was made to avoid further spread of the infection. It stated that patients and proprietary medicine vendors and pharmacists should refrain from attempting to treat COVID-19 patients. Otherwise, the operating license would be revoked. Yeah. Okay. Patent and proprietary medicine vendors, those that sell drugs, they should not attempt to treat COVID-19. Otherwise, the operating licenses would be revoked. As a warning as well, I noted that the Federal Ministry of Health has deployed the Chief Consultant Epidemiologist, Public Health Department of Kano State, and sustained staff of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control to Kano to carry out investigations on recent number of deaths in the state, as well as identify the peculiarities of these deaths as well. 07000088. Now we have people joining us on our Facebook fan page, some joining, of course, and dropping their comment on the comment section, and we have those joining us live on the show via the Facebook live feeds as well. But then let's do justice to those joining us right on the comment section on our Facebook fan page. As far as the talking point is concerned, we have it there. How do you think? Do you think the lockdown extension should extend beyond April 27? Also, just ways forward for us to indeed manage the current situation. Ugochukwu Uchendo says no more lockdown. Okay, thank you very much. Prince Onwe Okuchukwu says you don't need to be told that the extension of the lockdown will lead to anarchy and disarray. So whoever is in charge should know that lockdown will not help us. Adejumo Adedayo Sunday says, even just 5,000 our government can give us. They are locking down everywhere. They said they should, of course, look into it. If they must lock down, they must make provisions for everybody so that they will not feel the lockdown effect. They say, okay, lockdown can stay, but there should be provisions against that. Not some people, everybody. When you make provision for everybody, then lockdown can do. Not if you have 5,000 naira, you are rich. How long will that last? Okay, thank you very much, Adejumo Adedayo Sunday. Rimkat Ponsak says, don't mind NLC. Lockdown is the only way to stop the spread of COVID-19. Oh, the only thing he can do is to strike. Say they should lockdown orders should stay. Paul Echendo says, please, NLC, pity the poor masses now. The lockdown should stay. Oh. As a man, Liman Oyeboji said the NLC chairman has proven that he is a man with conscience and that he gets sense. Lockdown should not extend. Mohammed Aruna says lockdown is one of the most important options. Stay at home, stay safe. Lockdown should stay. One Don Peter says no extension without adequate provision of palliatives in Lagos, especially this time around. If there must be a lockdown, provisions should be made for everybody. Okay. Thank you very much. And for which I say, please, Mr. Waba Ayuba, what way forward? Okay, of course, asking the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress there. Top Samuel Amachuguma says, which way other than we used to stop the spread of this, Mr. NLC, lockdown should stay? David Idakojo says it should be extended. I am enjoying my rest at home. I just left farm. I'm a farmer. Adeleke Oluwasegun says lockdown for where? No. They should stop the lockdown. Lockdown should end. Ebuka Chukwalo says Nigeria as a country is not prepared to fight COVID-19. Marginalization is the order of the day. Paparazzi Jr. said no lockdown again. Of what David said, tell us about what we can argue, forget our sorrow. All right, David Dakojo say I'm farming near my house, buy books and read. You will not be bored. Thank you very much for that. Mike David said the lockdown should not be extended. All right, thank you very much for that. So we have a very strong dichotomy. Some feels the lockdown should stay, but then government should provide for everybody in terms of palliatives and not just for some. You don't long pass, make it a segregate and say, okay, some people can go. Lockdown, good intention, but then when provisions are not made, it is really tough to take, okay? And of course, for those saying we should not have a lockdown, they say they should simply manage it. Face masks, sanitizers, make it cheap. These are ways, of course, people feel this can be managed. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's the name?
My name is Nathaniel.
You're welcome, Nat.
Yeah, I will prefer to be locked to lock down.
Okay.
Because with the lockdown, the number will continue increasing day in, day out because people do not listen to the instruction. Then if you remove the lockdown now, what do you think will be the impact of it in the society when there is lockdown is increasing day in, day out? And some people are saying that they should not lock down. I prefer total lockdown so that the thing can reduce drastically. What I will just ask the government is to make a way to extend the palliative to all the local government instead of just using it anyhow. That is my suggestion.
All right, thank you very much. Lockdown should stay. It will help combat it faster and better. But then palliative measures should be put in place and should be sent to all local governments. Provision should be made for everybody, not some people. All right, okay. Thank you very much. We're still getting more right here on the show. Let's indeed acknowledge those joining us right on our Facebook fan page live feed session. Eddie Dabdiso says, good morning, Brilla FM. Enjoying this. Thank you very much. Peterson Opomo said they should extend it, but then government should provide adequate food for the period. Better security measures should be put in place as well. Thank you very much for that. Right on the show. Alexi Gobuke says, Yinka lockdown, UAE, China, Nigeria. Okay, thank you. He says so you should stay home and fund should be made for all the people. They should make fund available for everybody. Lockdown is still the best option, okay? Lockdown good, but then provision should be made that would, of course, ensure that everyone is catered for and not just for some people. All right, okay? Really, lockdown is getting to Nigerians and it's dividing opinions. And, of course, we're checking that right here on the show. Should it go beyond April 27? Or do you think we should simply look for a way to manage it? And which way, or how do you think we can actually manage this? Hello, good morning and welcome.
Hello, Ike
Ike Bobo, welcome.
Thank you. Nick.
Yeah.
Non-leadership, because some people are saying that no, they should suspend the lockdown because I think either they have Abraham or the account is still prison. I want to ask them. Now, as a man that is living, if you look at in this country, especially in this Lagos state, 80% of the people in Lagos state is living in daily bread. Without daily bread, they cannot eat. I am not talking about myself. I am a family that God graces at home. But what I'm trying to say, because I live in an environment that when you see some people, you share tears. Now, government are not providing for them. Government are not doing anything for citizens. Old citizens, we have old citizens in this country. Government have not done anything concerning them. We have young citizens in this country. Government are not doing anything concerning them. When you go to United Kingdom, in Europe, USA, they have amount they give the old citizens. They have amount they give the young citizens. Let our government come out. How can a government say that if you have a 5,000 naira account, they cannot give you anything? I want to ask, can that dog eat 5,000? I have a dog. My dog doesn't consume 5,000. I know how much of food that my dog eats. A human being, a government, a human being that have a conscience and come out and open and say if you have a 5,000 naira and I cannot give you any money. Can dogs eat 5,000 naira? This is my question.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Provision should be made, then COVID, the extension will be good. So people really says good intentions from the government in terms of the lockdown. We understand it is very noble, but then they want more provision, more of course in place to ensure that people are able to indeed very well calmly, stay locked down and of course have some basic needs met. That is indeed what they want. All right, let's quickly look at this as we indeed wrap things up right on the show this point in time. The World Health Organization says about 2.5 million cases and over 160,000 deaths related to the coronavirus have been recorded globally. Globally, almost 2.5 million cases of COVID-19 have now been reported to World Health Organization and more than 160,000 deaths. The organization's Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus said in his opening remarks at a media meeting in COVID-19 in Geneva on Wednesday. 2.5 million cases and over 160,000 deaths related to the coronavirus have been recorded globally. And that's the much we can take on today's edition of the show outside the arena, right here on your dial of champions, Sports Radio www.nabrela FM. Keep your dial up right here. More still to come. My name is Yinka Oyedeleke, urging you to indeed ensure you're hooked right here. More still to come from here. Don't forget, we still have Instagram live sessions, of course. Evelyn Akato still to come, much later in the day. This afternoon, and Victor Sime much later as well in the course of the evening. All this, just earlier we had John Ogu as well. Of course, ensuring we serve you better right at a time like this. You're dialogue on Sports Radio www.nabrela FM.
Get motivated, get inspired, get lifted, get involved. Transform your potential to make that decision today. Corporate Shepherds presents Navigate with ID, airing weekdays on this station at 11:55 a.m. For updates, please follow ID on Twitter and Instagram at IDNang.
This is Navigate with ID, brought to you by Corporate Shepherds.
Welcome, my dear friends, to Navigate with ID. Such a pleasure to share and also to learn from you. For those who are just joining us, we've been looking at the subject of stewardship and we've taken it from different dimensions. Just yesterday, I had the privilege of sharing a story I got from an Egbo of mine, Reverend